Reject Nation, we are here for the penultimate episode, episode 6 of Creature Commandos, a show that has had twists and turns, the likes of which we're actually still in a mystery. I'm actually really impressed to not know what is afoot with Princess Ilana. How are you today, Greg?
I am slam dunking it.
I don't know what that means, but he sure is.
I'm making up phrases. This is my writing audition process.
Swish and stuff. Slam dunking it, folks.
Slam dunking it.
Kobe, we're going to find out how things fare for Frankenstein after he broke his heart last week. Greg was irreparably changed. It's really funny. You actually were struck silent. I want to thank the fine folks at Prepper for editing that silence, for making sure it was felt. And without Prepper, this show could not exist on the YouTube. It is R-rated. It has things that is not appropriate for the prudish YouTubes. I love you, YouTube. Thank you. But you got some qualms with the adulthood, so thank you to Prepper for keeping things possible. We appreciate you very much. We'd also like to thank the fine folks over on Patreon who keep things spicy. On the other side, they watch everything top to bottom, beginning and by singing up their own copy on HBO Max and watching it in its entirety as if they're sitting next to us on the couch. Speaking of spicy, there's exclusive watch-alongs over there that Greg and John do just for those super sexy rejects. So we'd like to thank you for hitting that like, because hey, helps the algorithm. You gotta hit the like, you gotta hit the little comments below, you just hit keys. I don't even care if it makes sense. I'd rather it did. I like to have a conversation about this show, so comment below, let us know what you're thinking, and if you want us to keep pressing buttons, you hit that subscription bell. Unless you're already subscribed, because that'll undo it. But then you hit it again. You say subscribed. All right, let's watch, without further ado, Creature Commandos episode 6.
Love this logo because it's Superman breaking out of chains.
Yeah.
It's showing that you can't take the red, white, and blue down.
No.
You put them in chains that don't matter. They can
bust
become
out.
leaders of the country.
Icons.
Whoa, there's a gargoyle.
This
Is
is
Gotham?
like super, Art Deco Gotham. Dr. Phosphorus, he's got a lab coat.
This might be Gotham.
I want to find it.
You ain't going nowhere. Won't you get that through your skull?
Yeah.
Damn. Won't you get that through your skull to get the cleverness?
Cut 2, his skull, we went through it, we saw it. Irradiating sounds in a contained environment are fun.
So he was a scientist that became a sardonic villain.
Yes.
Good, GI Robot still in the titles.
Maybe he'll come back in 7. Maybe it's to trick us.
So I take it we're not going to get a Rick Flag episode.
I think since he's our through line, maybe not. Or in the finale.
But
Or
we
is he
haven't
dead?
gotten Shape of Water yet, Nina.
Which is impressive because I'm so endeared to her.
That sounds like skeleton in some way.
Private skeleton.
Ваше Величество, трябва да ви отведем до бункера.
Няма да се крие, Сергей. Намери ги, спри ги и убий, ако трябва. Хората на Поколиста зависят от това.
Maybe it's the law of reaction that we're the ones who turned the princess bad
I think she
from
was
misunderstanding. Yeah.
Because it seemed like she was just trying to protect herself.
It's just one giant misunderstanding.
I love that it's not too linear. We're actually getting to, like, who do we trust?
Jesus, Nina, what the hell? Don't sneak up on me like that. They're trying to kill us.
Something tells me she's going to be like the rat catcher, where her power is going to come in the most
Because we
handy
haven't
at the
seen
very
her
end.
use them much.
Видя ли това?
Did they see? I don't know.
Ooh,
Oh.
I'd go here first.
Yes, good start. Good start. Learn.
We have to get to understand the citizens
The
of this city.
culture is important to get.
Yeah, we should spend most of the episode here.
Tell them to pretend like we're not here, or I will blow your head off.
Okay, maybe
You look
don't
like the
blow
boss.
her head off.
Not even threatened.
Отвори вратата! Веднага!
May I help you?
Видях две фигури да влизат тук. Може да са опасни.
Maybe you saw Radka and Sylvia returning from the store.
Why don't you guys just spend some time here?
Downtime. It's important to rest.
We helped you, yes. So seems like good time
Oh
for
my
you
God,
to
this
be
woman's
leaving.
voice. I know it. It's an arcane and tenet.
I think we'll hang here
Penguin.
till the heat is off.
She's Sal's wife.
Oh, yeah. DC legend.
Maybe we can make it, like, fun. You know, do something to pass the time. Do you guys have categories?
Categories is a good game.
Always alive-ish.
Doctor, my name is Amanda Waller. I'm the director of Argus.
Oh, Argus Cannon.
Supposedly some type of monster.
Monster?
Dropped him off at the emergency room doors.
Reptiloid, amphibious, simian.
He's going to know the Frankenstein legend.
He had bolts on his head.
Eric Frankenstein. He's been stalking the bride for centuries.
I'm sorry, you're gonna have to wait out here.
So the Frankenstein movies aren't real in
Aren't
this
real
universe?
because he's a guy.
Okay.
Get operatives watching the local airports immediately.
I love that we mentioned Argus. It's like a giant government umbrella overseeing everything.
I've seen the Arrowverse.
Yeah, you know Argus. Woo! Remember, he's a bad guy.
I'll be joining my two friends traveling to Bakalastan tonight. Do you believe in love, my friend? The woman I love is about to make a tragic mistake, and I need to warn her. And she's about to kill someone she shouldn't kill. Yikes. Why don't you do what you were born to do to play your small role in this romantic adventure and turn the around and fly?
Oh, amazing.
I'm worried they're going to kill him off.
I mean, he's too good. I mean, as a character, he's too bad as a person.
I know. I'm really worried they're going to kill him off.
I want to see him in live action so bad.
He's so good. But you can bring back Frankenstein.
That's just Frankenstein.
Yeah, he's Frankenstein. Weasel.
Oh, no.
The real wolves. Are these weasels people?
I think he's an outsider to all. Poor Weasel. Be hard to be a glowing guy on the run.
Yeah, I know. So he can really control when he's phasing through and incinerating things.
Yeah, otherwise he'd be naked all the time.
Otherwise he'd just be, yeah.
A code wouldn't make it. Like instead of going through the door, he used just his hands, so that would be like the focus, right?
Yeah.
I assume that's...
Why didn't you do that a long time ago, man?
Hide in a house? Had to pick this house. Oh.
He had a boy. Everyone lost so much before they were incarcerated.
I love you.
That is irrelevant to what we are talking
They're not good people, but a nuclear fusion treatment that destroys cancer forever without harming the patient?
Oh my God, he's like Doc Brown.
Coat and all.
Maybe there is some other way.
Holy shit. That took me a second to register.
Yeah, me too. Wow. Oh. Oh, that's despicable.
That's right. Get his prince in there good.
Wow.
This kid, too.
Oh, poor baby!
Oh, that'd drive anyone insane.
Glodden? Hungry?
I think he's going to befriend these wolves.
I don't know.
He has to establish his dominion over them first.
Or plays fetch with all of them. Oh, we've mastered it.
Dominion.
Fetch is the ultimate equalizer.
I play fetch with John.
It really gets him calm.
Yeah.
Have you ever considered this line of work? Men are always looking for a bit of strange.
Great use of turn of phrase.
Nina and I have a little more respect for ourselves than that.
You use your body as a weapon to kill people, as opposed to a source of pleasure. This is how you respect yourself. These girls here, they struggle because they want to live. You do everything you can to die.
I don't!
I must agree with your friend.
She's not my friend.
Ouch.
Oh, she totally is, though.
Nina said you're back from the jump.
Will bring much suspicion if we do not answer the door.
Comic book worlds always have the coolest don't they?
This work's important.
They're always like badasses.
Debonair.
Yeah.
The Crack Brothers in the house! That's party, yeah?
So annoying.
Crack Brothers.
What a wonderful life worth struggling for.
See, he's one of them.
He's found his tribe.
Remember
amongst the wolves.
They accused him of being like a werewolf earlier.
They found his wolves, yeah.
He's not a lone wolf anymore.
I really wish you wouldn't have come out here. I don't want to risk you telling anyone I was here.
Ooh.
This looks like it might be the real thing. There's all sorts of numbers here. Pack all the files up. Grab the hard drives. What about him?
No!
I hate this guy so much.
Immediately a great villain because it's despicable.
I hope we see the revenge he takes.
I think he's gonna burn through all these folk.
It's the age-old story of the nuclear scientist who goes crazy, murders his family, and then commits suicide by atomizing himself with nuclear energy.
That old chestnut.
I've never heard that story but once in my life.
I have.
Skeleton, that's me.
He's the skeleton.
The opening title.
That's the title. Oh, this must be so excruciating what he goes
Cannot
through.
imagine being atomized.
The body terror of it all.
I do like that they're staying to watch as opposed to like the usual walk away. If you're gonna be a villain. Ugh.
Ouch, 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 ouch.
Don't mess with Rupert Thorne.
James Gunn's writing is so excellent at quickly establishing these characters in short form.
Is what, 5 minutes of screen time
It's
total?
really great, yeah. Immediately having an affect on who they are. Ew, that's grim. Oh, that's messed up.
No one touches the girls in a way they don't want to be touched.
I do what I want. Hey, Fatto.
Oh, metahuman.
Let me state plainly the rules of Madame Girls. No one is allowed to hurt our girls.
She has a metahuman too?
Yeah, I'm wondering if she is.
And metahumans are welcome, but they cannot use their powers on premises.
Ooh.
Or she's just a regular human.
Yeah, she's just a badass.
Get away from her and get out!
Yeah, Nina.
What kind of freak are you?
Nice.
Let's kill all of them and get the hell out of here. Oh, jeez, Paddy again. All right.
Ooh.
Brian!
Damn.
Can't she feed off electricity?
Yeah, I'm like, is this gonna juice her up?
Yeah.
Come on. Come on.
The bride is awesome.
Hold it right in front of him.
Fatality, flawless victory.
Cool.
The bride wins.
This kind of thing is a common occurrence with her.
Sort of. Yes.
Man, I know you girls have seen some shit, but
That's got to be a first.
that was like really gory what you guys went.
Pretty intense what you just went through.
Merci.
Softy.
What's she been through?
It's because I was saving you again, idiot.
Because you are, my friend.
Get over yourself, fish.
Aw, the pack.
I hope he gets to stay with them.
Me too.
What? Oh, he sees the little
Is he
girl
in her, and that's why he's been. And he was dreaming to go back to her. Oh, poor Weasel. Poor simple Weasel. Don't leave your pack.
He has a choice to make. Don't die, Weasel.
I'm so worried because everyone's so likable. We
And
like a lot of people
They
here.
might mistake Weasel's return to be an assassin attempt.
Back in the day, as we learned, a man was not
Let's clip medley this. Let's montage it.
Yeah.
gone beyond the hills. Does he not cross the seven seas?
Meta sleaze.
Who wants to see Rupert Thorne?
I can see if you're on the list.
He didn't deserve that. He didn't deserve that.
I mean, if you work for this kind of guy, you're probably not the best.
Oh my god.
Who wants to shake hands with the skeleton?
Industrialist and reputed crime figure Rupert Thorne was found dead today, along with his wife and 2 children.
Wow.
You. So. It feels so good. Correct transition.
That was beautiful.
Let me go!
Everything that was Rupert Thorne's is now mine. His money, his territory, his drug business. Got it? Cool.
Wow.
What would he even do with it? He can't even enjoy its pleasures.
Simply because I should.
Yes, he can't enjoy the pleasures.
There's joy to be had in being a crime lord, I suppose.
Just trying to hide away from the pain of loss.
And then the transitions into what he's become, man. Beautiful.
Match cut was excellent there.
Batman!
It was Gotham City.
Yeah.
Aww.
Playing with this kid.
Would you folks mind telling me which way to the castle?
Can't you see where the castle is?
I think it was his attempt at diplomacy. Man, I love that we didn't know which way that was going to go because he killed that crime lord's kids.
It was great to end that montage off with that.
Fine.
After murdering, respecting the pilots and their small part in his story.
Ugly tree.
Aw, Weasel.
Looks like we all made it.
The new look is hot.
How can it, Jack Skellington?
It is incredible how much I love these characters.
Damn.
Episode 6 of Creature Commandos, the one I've been waiting for since episode 2. We got our Dr. Phosphorus episode, and it lived up to my very lofty expectations. I'm not as invested in Dr. Phosphorus as some other characters, but of this iteration of Creature Commandos, he's the one I was most familiar with, and I'm very excited to say that was a really cool, the visual language there was so great. Greg, what'd you think of episode 6?
I liked it a lot, Coy. It was
Excellent.
a great time.
Good.
It was good. I really enjoyed it a lot.
Excellent. Good.
It was very much it's the James Gunn Chosen Family episode where you see the ones of loss that they've had, the tragedy, of course, of Phosphorus, but I think thematically everything was about Chosen Family. Yet again, he's really good at those specific storylines. You see it in Guardians, you see it in the Suicide Squad, and you're seeing it again here where you got Weasel uniting with his new squad, the Commandos, as much as Bride wants to act all apathetic towards friendship and such and distance herself. She clearly really cares about Nina. And even you see with Phosphorus that as much as he is hidden behind the, tragedy of loss with replacing everything with money and debauchery, he still really craves that connection. He still really misses that. He still really has that love in there. And to watch them all unite, like even Weasel maybe not gravitating towards with the other Commandos, but he's walking back to the princess for her, for the princess because of that loss. And so I really love this one a lot because there's a lot of love here. As dark as it is, as bleak as it is, as gory as it gets, there's actually a lot of love here. I do think that a lot of shows and movies, specifically the action genre, when it comes to brothels, they really do that a lot, don't they?
Make them cool?
They make like the kind of, there's like always the action scene and then our main character saved them from some like abusive asshole.
It's a very, very, it's the most common trope.
Yeah, it's a very, it's the brothel trope.
If you go in a brothel, there's going to be a fight and someone's going to save someone. That's what happens in a brothel.
Repeaters being too sexually aggressive.
Yeah.
It's a very common trope. It's still cool to see. Still a cool moment, especially what it serves as a narrative for the bride and Nina. But yeah, it's just a little observation that they do this trope a lot, and maybe movies and shows to stop doing it.
Speaking of tropes, sometimes Irish people are good. All right, I'm sick of this. The crack. I was excited to hear crack mentioned in American television, but to have the Crack brothers be named Patty, the Irish stereotypes, eh? Oh, they drink and they're violent and they're Irish. All right, we get it. You're stereotyping. All right, if everyone can complain about their stereotypes, I can complain about mine.
My stereotypes is there's no Filipinos in anything.
Your stereotype is being absent?
Yes. Not being included.
At least we're seen, I suppose, as drunken, violent offenders. Yeah, that's actually a decent point. I can't think of a single stereotype.
There's barely any Filipinos in anything. They're mentioned more in stand-up comedy stuff now.
That's something.
Yep.
Is there like a specific...
like nurses or something like that.
All right. So I don't have a punch. I mean, we're both punchlines. That's great.
Yeah.
But this episode for me, other than that, I really like Phosphorus is such a easy to write incorrectly character, and I have said before, like he's often relegated to the background because he's so visually cool. Like he's one of those characters that's like, we need a guy that is relevant to Batman, put him in Arkham, and he's like just kind of there because he looks like he's a flaming skull. It's an exciting visual, but the idea of what he went through was really well conveyed here. So he's not a good guy, and I think James Gunn's doing a really good job making you care about villains just enough while reminding you, like, he killed that guy's kids. Like, he killed the villain, but he also killed his family. Like, he's still, Frankenstein's so charming, killed that old lady. Like, he's doing a very good job keeping them villainous, and I think that's really impressive and important for what's to come. Except Weasel, who's misrepresented,
Yeah.
who can't even defend himself, can't speak.
Yeah.
But I think it's done a really good job of like when we see these characters in live action, like I love how much Batman's in this. Like we're gonna see these characters mixed and mingled. So all the people that don't want, like for me personally, I want Matt Reeves' Batman to stay as grounded as possible, and that bothers a lot of people. Spoilers for a show from weeks and weeks ago, The Penguin not featuring Bruce Wayne or Batman, I loved because that kept it about Gotham and about Penguin. I love that the DCU can have Batman just pop up willy-nilly and can be the bigger supernatural thing because both are authentic to the comics. A lot of Batman comics don't feature anyone else, and it feels like Gotham's kind of its own thing. Then other Batman comics, like World's Finest, is Batman and Superman, it's Batman and the Justice League, Batman pops up all the time. This allows both things to happen. So I loved when Batman popped up here because it didn't feel like it cost us Creature Commandos as a show, and it also means later on I'd love to see Phosphorus against Batman because it's a Batman villain that isn't adapted often. So I think Phosphorus episode was really cool to have that little flourish, to add a little bit of universal building. I really like that the A-plot is moving on. Like, throughout the show, we've never had an episode that didn't move the A-plot forward, and that's really good pacing. Like, James Gunn writing this incredible arc where each episode feels like an issue, which you pointed out very early on, but there's still the A-plot of everything going on in this country that hasn't stalled. There's just been side adventures and focus through flashbacks.
Yeah.
The pacing of the show is really incredible.
I agree. I agree with every little tiny bit of word salad you had there. And I love the montages.
Yeah. Greg ran out of things to say at the top. He's like, I'm going to give.
I ran out of things to say before we started filming.
You know what? Greg, today's Greg 20 hour.
Check our text messages. I said, you're going to be here in 10 minutes. I'm going to close my eyes for 10 minutes. Thanks. Go ahead.
It's that kind of day, folks.
I mean, if I still like really love, like, don't get me wrong, I might be like really tired today, but I am loving this. I still love watching this a lot. I'd rather watch it tired than
not watch. Or watch other, like there's so many other things I'm glad aren't today's work. Like there's so many like other shows. There was a moment I even said it out loud, like, oh my God, I love these characters.
Yeah.
And I would not have, you told me 12 years ago that I'm going to care about a raccoon, a tree, and Star-Lord. I'm like, okay, screw you. And then you tell me now that I'm going to care about the Bride and Dr. Phosphorus. I'm going to retroactively love Weasel. Like, it's incredible what this team does.
But
I've always liked Rick Flag. I
and
didn't include him 'cause
Peacemaker, the Justice League show up.
That's why I think the multiversal helmet. I think that the dad's killed in the first season. Robert Patrick's killed. I think we have a multiversal helmet that brings us into the modern DCU.
What?
That's my big theory.
What do you think Peacemaker's going to do?
I think Peacemaker is the key.
The television show
is
Peacemaker,
the key.
The second season
Is
of the
gonna tie
television
us
show
into the
Peacemaker
DCU.
is going to be the...
You heard it here first.
You have the
on
most
record.
wild aspirations sometimes.
Guys, Peacemaker's going to be the key. Keystone in the arch. In the arch.
Oh my God.
Peacemaker season 2.
I am
calling it now.
I don't believe it at all, but I would love to be wrong.
I think James Gunn is going to make Peacemaker and Waller cornerstone. If he thinks like I do, and I think he and I like similar things in comics, it's going to be Peacemaker.
I have no idea how you really believe that.
I really do. My whole chest.
Season 2 of Peacemaker.
You heard me.
It's going to be the thing that everyone needs to watch to understand.
Locking it in.
Your next Superman and Justice League.
Peacemaker season 2.
Okay, sure, whatever.
Hot take of the week. All right, well, we'll see next week. We won't know about the Peacemaker thing for a few, but next week we'll see her for the finale. Before we watch, there's no post-credit, but before we get to any more data, I want to know nothing else. Do you think anyone else dies? And do you think how Rick Flag comes back in the last episode?
I don't think Rick Flag's coming back.
Okay, so no Rick Flag, and then do you think anybody dies?
I think whose arc would it make the most sense to die?
And I like your Nina poll. I do think she's the big savior.
Yeah, I totally think she's the big savior. Even though there's been no water thing, but I'm like, she's got to be like the rat catcher of the story. God, I don't know. I mean, if I had to take a guess, I'd weirdly say Weasel because I feel like his story's kind of done.
And we love him.
Yeah, I feel like his story's done. If you look at the past trajectory of James Gunn, it wouldn't be the Bride. I don't think it'd be Nina. He doesn't really kill off the women that often. So maybe
I like Weasel.
it's either Phosphorus or Weasel in my mind. Yeah.
And I want to see Phosphorus in live action enough. I won't bet against him. So yeah, I think Weasel's fair, especially with like Sean Gunn playing Maxwell Lord.
I think we've already gotten a Weasel live action.
Yeah.
And I think the Weasel story is done, and he got to be put. But I don't know. I don't know if he'll die, but at least like I don't know if he'll return back to Argus.
Okay, I like that. All right, so we'll find out next week if Greg was right. We will see you then, you lovelies.
And we'll
Stay
find
tuned.
out in a year and a half if Coy's right about the Peacemaker helmet.
Clip it out. Clip it out. You'll see. You'll see. That's my hot take. All right. Tune in next week for the finale of season 1, hopefully, of Creature Commandos. Hopefully we get some more. Let us know in the comments below what you thought of this episode. Leave a like on this video. And if you're not subscribed, you made it deep into this video. Like you clearly like us. Hit that subscription bell. We'll see you soon. Bye.